Welcome back to the first of the worst podcast. I'm Brendan Murphy.
And I am Steve Arendis.
And Steve, I don't want to use a cliche, but I think this week shit is going to get real.
It is going to get real. We got some
reality.
Which means we have our reality TV expert, Carly Owen, on the podcast with us.
Hi, guys.
Welcome back, Carly.
Thank you.
So I guess this is almost kind of extension from last week's First Dates podcast, as we're talking about the Bachelorette. The upcoming season of The Bachelorette, which I guess, depending on when you're listening to it, will have started or will have not. But we're going to be ranking the contestants on The Bachelorette. Now you're saying, well, the show hasn't started. How are you ranking them? We're just looking at their terrible bios on ABC.com.
And for a lot of those guys, this is all we're ever going to know about them. So.
Yeah, some of them, like, we're going to have ranked guys on here who just, like, are on TV for, like, 3 minutes.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I could point those. Honestly, there were, like, so how many? Were there, like, 18?
There's 26.
26. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I did go through all the bios, but there were, like, 6 that I just didn't even write. I was like, milquetoast. No, you don't even get notes.
And only, like, 20 of them are white guys this time, which is pretty...
I think we're getting a strong minority showing.
Yeah.
Not to give away where my list is going, but...
I think JoJo's up for whatever. But, so, I like JoJo.
All right, so will you guys break down The Bachelorette for me? Because I have never watched an episode. I mean, I'm familiar with the process, but I need a scouting report on the woman who will be doing the picking and the kissing and all the other stuff.
I actually think Steve might know even better than I do, because I was not really engaged very much in Ben's season.
Yeah, so JoJo was too much for Ben. She was the best option on that show. She's a little more feisty. I think so. Would you say that they don't pick as milquetoast of a person to be the Bachelorette as they do to be the Bachelor?
Yeah, they pick the girl who's going to be like a little snarky and who's probably going to be able to like look cute throwing a football with all like
hanging with the dude
guys at one date. Yeah,
because it has to be a girl.
Is this the kind of girl who doesn't have a lot of girlfriends?
Oh, I don't think JoJo has a lot of girlfriends.
No, probably not.
One of those girls who's like, I'm just better friends with guys. It's like, no, girls just hate you.
Well, and also, so here's another fun fact about JoJo. When they went to her hometown date, her brothers were like the most terrifying people on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
They were like really, really scary, like douchebags. So I'm guessing like any girlfriend she ever had around, the brothers probably like skeezed on them. And they ran away. Like, these guys are creeps, and we're going to see more of them. For sure.
I can't wait to see more of them, actually.
Yeah.
I might even have to watch this year.
Maybe they'll be contestants.
I watched the show for the first few seasons of The Bachelor and Bachelorette, then quit for a long time, and then when my wife was pregnant, we somehow got back into it. So this is like my third in a row here, or second in a row. I don't even know.
Yeah, they do like 8 a year, so.
It never ends.
Yeah.
All right.
If you're watching the show as a dude, you're probably in a relationship.
Yeah,
especially The Bachelorette.
Because it's kind of not terrible.
No, it's awesome.
Oh, if you give things, I mean, it's more of a perception.
Also, it's a great show to have because it's the type of show you can have on like if you're not like paying super attention, which is like a nice touch.
Raising children.
Yeah, exactly.
I usually go into every season like, I don't care. I'm not going to pay attention. I'm just going to read the spoilers on realitysteve.com and just so I know what people are talking about. And then inevitably, like this, as soon as it starts, like the first episode is on and like 8 people are texting me about it. So I'm like, all right, I'll watch it.
I specifically had read nothing besides those bios.
He doesn't have the spoilers up yet, really, so I don't know much. I do know some things, but I won't let them leak in.
I only know one background of one in person, and that's because I know who it is.
Yeah.
Well, I had to Google something that came up because...
Yeah, we'll talk about it. It's got to be the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you live in Wisconsin, so it's probably on the news a bunch. My mom says it's on the news up there, so...
All right, let's start it up. So we don't snake draft with 3 of us because that's just too damn confusing. And we'll say, since she's our guest, ladies first. We'll start at number 10, Carly. Who's your number 10 contestant? And actually, before we each give our first person, kind of give your methodology and how you ranked 1 through 10.
So, I mean, I guess as the lady of the group, I was ranking more on kind of who I liked best, but then also who I thought the general public was going to be rooting for the most.
Okay.
And usually that doesn't match up really with who I like the best because I tend to not like generic douchebags.
Every guy on The Bachelor.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I think the method was like who I think probably has a good chance of winning the hearts of America, maybe. I don't know. And then also like who is the least creepy, because there are like a good handful of super creeps in this batch.
All right.
So number 10, I went with Grant. Grant is
made my list.
Yeah, one of the token minorities, I guess we would say.
That is criminally too low for Grant.
He is a hot
firefighter. Yeah, I totally have him higher.
I have him way higher.
Well, here's the deal.
Considerably higher.
He is hot and he's a firefighter,
yeah.
So that would push you up. But like every comment he had in his bio indicates that he is clearly like a super player. Like the one thing was like, what is your most embarrassing moment? It was like, a girl slapped me in the face at a bar. And then like another thing was like, even if I'm just hooking up with a girl, I'll still do nice things for her. Like he's clearly like banging half of San Francisco. So that dropped him down for me.
I didn't really read into it that way.
But I was big into their favorite movie. And one of his was Home Alone, which was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, favorite movie could not reveal you to be smart, but it could reveal you to be an idiot.
Absolutely.
I mean, most of these guys have Gladiator on their favorite movie.
There's definitely some movie like that.
Gladiator.
Like, if they're stupid, it's 300. If they're
There's one guy, and I didn't rank him. He was one of the first. He must have like an A name. He had 3 movies listed, and they all star Brad Pitt, and that was a little suspect. It was like
was he one of them?
Glorious Bastards, Troy, and something else. I was like,
that guy was terrible. His name is Alex, and
oh yeah.
Is he one of the midgets?
Yeah.
Yeah. They started out with some real short guys.
For sure. Like that group picture they have is hilarious because there's like the 2 guys up front with her, and then like there's 4 guys next to them, and they're like a foot taller.
Yeah, Alex didn't make my list either. He's listed his height at 5'7". There's no way he's an inch over 5'4".
Oh
like,
yeah.
That guy's so tiny.
Alex, I mean, Carly talked about listing the 3 worst, and I don't know that I did that. I just kind of grouped them into like, okay, good, potential number 1, and terrible.
Yeah.
So I didn't count how many terribles, but he definitely was a terrible.
All right, Brendan. Who is your number 10, and what is your methodology as a guy who's
actually,
never
that worked out because I kind of went through my methodology. There were like 5 or 6 guys that I went through, and I was like, "You're way too generic." I mean, I read the same questions 20 times, and there's literally nothing unique about you.
Mm-hmm.
So those guys just didn't get. I mean, you could say they're terrible, but it's better to be terrible than not noticed at all.
Yeah.
So those are probably like the guys who get eliminated. Those are probably the guys that will get like your 3 minutes. I remember one like John. He was like, "Yeah, I'm a sales rep."
Yeah.
Sales reps do great on this show.
Oh yeah.
Well, if he is it, I mean, also there's the thing about like a guy really sounded like an electrician, and that's certainly a noble profession. But he listed his profession as electrical engineer, which is much different.
Yeah. No, I agree. I know what you're talking about.
There are definitely a lot of fake jobs here.
And some guys who kind of don't have jobs based on.
Oh yeah, if you're 26 and you're a real estate consultant, you're amazing at that job, or you're just like a leasing agent.
Right.
And work on commission. Like
there's one guy that's like a telecom consultant, which that means you're like customer service for Comcast, right? Like,
I was gonna say he works at a kiosk in the mall.
Oh yeah. He sells like the cell phone covers.
Like the light up iPhone covers.
Yeah.
And trades them to the guy from like the roasted nut stand next door to get free nuts for like a month. Yeah.
That's a shitty industry too. The iPhone 11s comes out, they move the camera lens, and all your stock is shit.
Yeah, but then you can get new stuff. Everybody has to buy new crap from you. So who's your number 10?
Okay, so we took a long route there. My number 10, actually, I think I just want to get it out of the way because I'm intrigued. I just generally picked people I liked.
Okay, fair enough.
But I went with number 10, and this guy could definitely be in the terrible category. But I'm intrigued, as I said. So I went with Jordan, who is his brother.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just so low. That's so low.
He shouldn't be on either of your lists. He's not likable. It's just that he's Aaron Rodgers' brother.
Oh,
I like guys that I like.
Criteria yet.
Yeah, I mean, to be quite honest with you, he's not my number 1, but there's no way Jordan Rodgers does not win this season.
What? I think he's destined to be the next Bachelor.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They've already gone down that road once, though. And it was a better-looking guy and a better QB.
Jesse Palmer?
He's two things, though. He's like a famous guy's brother, like Charlie O'Connell or whatever his name was. And he's a backup QB.
He was never in the NFL, was he?
Jesse Palmer? Yeah. Jordan Rodgers?
Jordan Rodgers, yeah. He was like
practice squad for the Packers or something. Very loose.
He also, he was part of the squad of, Clay Matthews and crew who were in Pitch Perfect 2.
Yes, that's true.
He was one of those guys.
Yeah.
Just, I guess, pretending to be Aaron, which is impossible because he really pales in comparison.
And he's not. He's too tall to have a height complex like Aaron Rodgers would have.
I mean, I don't think he's the best. I didn't put him number 1, but I just think he has a really good chance.
Yeah, I do too. And
also,
from what I've heard some stories that JoJo likes athletes.
Yeah.
Well, they're all athletes. They're all CrossFit athletes.
Just like everyone on the challenge.
Yeah. So an aside that I don't want to forget because I didn't write it down. I just looked at the profiles, and there are 16 people wearing V-necks or T-shirts with buttons out of 20. I wish I had cut for that.
And there's one guy wearing a jean jacket with buttons all over it.
Yeah, I thought that guy was dressed like a kid whose mom dressed him for a 3-year-old.
Oh, well, that guy is actually on my list. Cool. I'll get to him later.
I hate that guy.
Me too.
Oh, he's terrible. They're all fucking terrible. If that was not evident, I'm sorry. These are the worst 20 people in Northern California. And Northern California had a lot of shitty people.
These guys are great. Okay, so I'll give him my 10. I kind of ranked them based on their how well a combination of how well I think they'll do on the show and how much I want to watch them on TV.
Mm.
Because I don't want to hang out with any of them. So I just had to figure out another way.
Right.
So my number 10 was one of these guys who's just totally generic. But they tend to do fairly decent on the show. Also, I have everybody's height listed down because
I knew you would, and I started listing heights, but I was crunched for time.
Nice.
No, I'm obsessed with people's heights. This guy was 6'2". His name's Chad. He's a luxury real estate agent.
Fake job. Fake job.
Also, he's just such a Chad. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I saw that guy, and I was like, of course your name is Chad.
And I think he had multiple questions he answered with, myself in 10 years, all right, I'm Matthew McConaughey. Multiple questions he answered that answer.
That was
I actually didn't realize he did it twice because I was scanning these things.
He did it in the middle and then at the end. And is that quoting his Oscar speech?
Yeah, it's quoting his Oscar speech.
Yeah, I hear that Chad is the one that everyone hates.
Okay, good. That means he's on the show for a bit.
Yeah,
love it. And can I just do my number 9 as well as we start our number 9s?
Yeah.
Because basically this guy's the same person as Chad, except for he's an inch taller, so I ranked him one higher, and his name is Chase. You knew who it was before I even said it. He's the same person as
Yeah.
Chad, except his name's has 2 letters different. It's as an SE instead of D, and he's an inch taller, so he's better.
I like
put him one
Chase. I
higher.
got Chase on the list a little higher.
Yeah, me too.
I did like that. Like I like his like vibe that he like. I know who he is because his line of Meatloaf said he would do anything but love, but he won't do that, and his was won't sell his truck. So I know exactly who Chase is.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like you get a little misdirection. Like I wouldn't picture a guy named Chase to be a truck guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? I guess it's kind of a Texas name.
What are you talking about?
No, I feel like Chase
to me is like a Nantucket name too.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's like a New
It could be
England
both.
lacrosse guy.
Oh, see, I picture like high school quarterback from Texas.
It is a high school quarterback from Texas name too.
No, that's
So it
Colt.
goes both ways.
Colt too. Colt is a better high school quarterback than Chase.
Oh, there's no fucking Colts in Martha's Vineyard.
No.
Well, there's literal Colts that people have because they own horses in Martha's Vineyard, but that's it.
Yeah. All right, Brendan, you want to do your number 9?
I do. I went with Nick S.
Oh, I love Nick S. There's something about Nick S. and it's got to be that bandana he has tied around his neck for some reason in the picture.
Well,
Oh,
terrible
this
shirt. Just a
Crocodile
terrible
Dundee.
shirt. That looks like the kind of shirt that I wore as a toddler.
He's somehow tightened a bandana into a really tight thing and is kind of wearing it like an ascot.
Right. And like all the answers to all his questions are about like exploring the world and like.
But
being
here's the
very
thing about-
adventurous. Like he's definitely going for this character.
Oh yeah, the most
Like,
interesting man. Like he's trying to
Dundee.
be the next Dos Equis guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like also he's scared of scary cheese, which I don't know what that means. One of his favorite movies is The Sandlot, which is awesome.
Yeah, I
And
watched
this
that
guy
the other day.
you can't wear that bandana around the necklace unless you're just extremely confident. Extremely confident.
Do you believe he really chased a mountain lion?
Yes.
I believe he ran from one.
There's some ridiculous stories on these two. I
He
don't
did
believe
it. He did
Here's
it.
what I like. I mean, there are guys that just like will just shoehorn ways to brag into these things.
So do you think when he chased the mountain lion, it was like he was on one like mountaintop hiking, and like the mountain lion was on another hilltop, like mountaintop hiking, and he just walked towards that direction, and he called that chasing a mountain
If
lion?
that.
No, I think he was like at the zoo and the mountain lion was in the cage and he like made it. He like had a food in his hand and like made the lion follow him like around the ring, and that was chasing it.
That bandana, I'm gonna try to pull off that look one of these days.
Please do.
What
Drag
He
it
did mention Don Draper in his profile, which stood out to me.
Yeah, what
Yeah, you
was the
love that.
other guy? Don Draper and someone else.
James Bond. Also, those guys. So the question was, if you could have any job in the world, what would it be? He just put Don Draper ? James Bond ? They
Not a
both
job.
killed it.
We.
What was Nick S's? what
Those
was his
are
occupation?
jobs, and they're not even the same job.
Well, maybe he means that he'd like to be a fictional character.
A misogynist too.
Yeah. Yeah, someone who likes drinking at all hours. They're kind of the same.
Yeah, well, everyone wants to be those guys.
There was one guy who had the question. The question was just gluten. And his answer was, I think that's a fake allergy.
That was the Asian guy.
Yeah. I really liked that answer, but he didn't make my list.
Yeah,
He was actually pretty milquetoast, except
Yeah.
for that answer.
Right.
And the fact that he was Asian and on this show.
And
Oh yeah, he's the true minority.
And he's wearing a kilt in that group photo.
Yeah, which is bizarre.
Yeah. Apparently he's half Scottish, half Korean.
All right, who's your number 9 guy, Carly?
So Nick S just missed my list, but Nick B is number 9. And that's only because he's wearing a Santa suit in that group photo.
Okay, so
Okay,
that's the
I
guy.
didn't know who that was. That does give him points. He's the one I believe to be the electrician.
My entire notes on him were 6'1", boring.
Yeah. Well, and he listed his favorite magazine as Ducks Unlimited. Which I just thought was like really random and interesting. Like I
It's not
remembered it.
Why did they ask all these guys what your favorite flower is?
So they would say Rose.
So they would say a terrible
But-
joke about the show.
They didn't even say anything. They just said roses, obviously. Roses, duh. I mean, it's
But then one guy said something about like lilacs, they smell amazing or something. You didn't get it.
I hope that's the guy who I think is gay.
Oh, the super fan?
Yeah, so the guy. Did
Make
he make
up a better fucking fake joke.
No, he is on my bottom 3.
James S.
Yeah.
Are we going to do
clearly
bottoms?
there for
When
the
are we
wrong
gonna do
reasons.
bottoms? Speaking of gay guys, when are we going to do the bottoms?
At
Whatever.
the end. Well, I don't know.
At the end, we can talk about him at the end. Okay. Then, Carly, do you want to do your 8 then too? Now we'll get on to the number 8s.
Number 8 is our kiosk telephone salesman, Christian. And I felt like I just needed to put Christian on my list because that's my boyfriend's name.
He's a nerd.
Yeah.
Not your boyfriend.
Yeah, well, he's a nerd. I really, really loved that this guy, the question was something about, like, what is your life's ambition? And he wanted to develop a deep relationship with Mark Cuban.
There were a couple guys who specifically mentioned
Yeah,
him.
well, my number 7,
Christian.
which Luke also mentioned Mark Cuban again. So
number 8, your number 8 was Christian. Do you remember what his 3 favorite movies are?
No.
It's Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, and The Matrix.
Oh yeah,
I kind of like that.
It's just going all in on like trilogies and like I don't know. It seems weird because like none of those are like it. So is his favorite movie actually the first one of each of those series, or is it just like the series in general?
Well, that's a good point. He might have just picked like 17 movies.
Exactly what I was thinking. He just picked a million movies. This is his 3 favorite movies. If you would have thought Harry Potter,
movies are comedy, action, drama. Those are my favorites.
Fiction.
Fiction, non-fiction. All right. Brendan, who's your number 8 guy?
I mean, I hate this guy too, and you could easily make a case for him to be in the bottom 3. But he did mention Otis Redding, which is like shows that I don't know what that shows. I went with Wells.
This is the DJ. Yeah.
I went with the DJ Wells. I mean, I know I actually did not DJ him. For one, like, is he a real DJ? That would be like, is he a wedding DJ?
No, he's a radio DJ. And
he's a radio DJ.
And one
his
of
plan is to be in syndication in 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, obviously that's an ambitious plan. Like my plan is to have a HBO special for comedy in 5 years. But I'd like to know the extent of his DJing. But he did mention Otis Redding. Also, I'm sure he's a terrible, terrible DJ. At like a terrible, terrible station.
Yeah, let's look this up.
We don't know his last name.
I was at Vines on Clark last week, I think a week ago today, because I'm cool. And there was a giveaway for Q101 tickets. It was like a 45-year-old guy in an Imagine Dragons t-shirt giving away Walk the Moon tickets.
Welcome to the new age.
So they come on, and I was like, that's what radio DJs are if you're not at XRT, which I'm obviously biased toward. They're just like these trying to be young assholes who listen to shitty music because they're told to.
Wells is on Alt 98.3 and 105.9, The Rock in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
Basically, I just described him, but younger.
Yeah, and those are definitely like the worst stations in Nashville because they're not country.
Exactly. Also, there's no way he's 6 feet tall. Like he's listing his height.
He's like 5'5".
There's just no way he's 6 feet tall. He's lying.
Speaking of the Sandlot, he looks like a really good mashup of Benny and Yeah from the Sandlot.
All right, I'll do my number 8. I kind of like this guy and kind of have problems with him at the same time. He's 6'2". He's probably the ugliest guy on the show, which makes you want to root for him. His name's Coley.
Oh, he's from Chicago.
Oh, well, I'm still kind of rooting for him. Here's things. His favorite all-time book is Harry Potter. Love it. His movie, he throws Gladiator in there, but he also throws in The Godfather and Dazed and Confused, which are 2 good. Which is, in general, that's not a terrible threesome. But here's what my big problem with him, because this is his answer for tattoos is none, but I'm interested in getting one. That's such a pussy answer. Like, just have one or don't. If you want to get one, just get one. I don't understand what the issue is with you.
You know who this
Coley.
guy is? This guy's the undecided voter in America. You know, we go to election, and everyone has an opinion, and it's tied. And 4% of the country, these fucking mouth-breathing assholes, can't make up their mind between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, who are nothing at all alike. This guy's one of those guys.
Oh, Coley.
Trump is he's a racist, but do I want a broad to be president? That's this guy.
Yep.
Benghazi or a racist? I don't know.
I really want him to have a ponytail back there too.
That would be amazing.
He looks like he might, but probably not.
Let's think about this. Like, I know, like, no black guys have ever won. No minority. Well, I guess, have we ever had a Hispanic guy win? Juan Pablo was the Bachelor, but he didn't win. And he was a dick, right?
The guy who won on Alley, Roberto.
Okay. But I was thinking, like, Coley's going to try to be the first, like, ugly guy to win the Bachelor, which I kind of respect.
Considerably worse looking than everyone.
No, and, well, Catherine.
I mean, maybe he has some really interesting human interest thing. Like, maybe his sister is, like, a paraplegic or something.
Yeah, that's possible. I don't know if JoJo's going to care about that.
I think we see 5 seconds of Coley and never anything again.
Oh, sorry, Coley.
Sorry, Coley. Chicago will welcome you back. You probably actually live in Naperville.
Yeah. No, didn't somebody actually last season, or like somebody at one point actually listed they were from Naperville?
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, I respect that at least.
Yeah, I would too.
All right, so have we all done our 8s?
Yeah.
We have.
All right, then I'll do. Then we already talked about my 7. It's, I think our best shot for a black guy to win here, and it's Grant.
Still criminally low.
Oh, I like your take on Grant. I just need to see. I think JoJo won't discriminate, but I think JoJo needs a little more than a firefighter.
Okay.
I think she has some gold digger in her, and by some I mean a lot. So I don't think firefighter's gonna cut it.
This is a bad place to do it though, because you don't know if anyone is what they say they are.
I think. Do people lie about their occupations? I mean, there's some exaggeration, but like.
If you
like
have
Wes owns 72 companies.
Also, you could figure it out by the time you go on the hometown dates.
Yes.
You're right.
I mean, if you have a stupid job, then you list yourself as twin or hipster.
Oh, fuck that asshole.
He's so far on
I'm
my
letting
list.
the F-bombs fly tonight.
That guy looks. This guy, that's Brandon, right?
I'll talk about him later.
We're going to talk about
on my
him
list.
later. That motherfucker.
Great.
Steve's the one who's kind
Right.
of drunk, and I'm the one who's cursing like I've been drinking.
All right. Who's your 8, Brendan?
Mine is Derek.
7.
My 7's Derek.
I think that's low.
You think that's too low?
Look at his eyes.
Okay, he's
Well,
arguably the best looking guy in the show, certainly
That's
in the
all that
running.
matters.
Derek is nowhere near my list, and it's because of that shirt.
I think he pulls it off okay. If it didn't have the... Okay, so this is clearly not helping since this is not a vodcast, it's a podcast. But if you go to thebachelor.com, click on... go to thebachelor.com/shows/thebachelorette/cast/Derek, D-E-R-E-K. And you'll see this. But it's a baseball tee, but then it has the inexplicable buttons.
And it's like intentionally open so I can see a little chest meat. Love
Right.
it.
He's got some kind of gweed in him, probably.
Not
Also,
the
I
greediest guy on the show, though.
I prefer
No
Derek
way.
Rose's spelling of the... Oh, God, yeah. I prefer Derek Rose's spelling of Derek. I don't know. Maybe that's...
I
Maybe
do
he's
too.
that guy.
I do like
It's
that.
not Derek Jeter spelled it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I think the thing is he had some real sentiment in his answers, and I liked that.
With the Ben Franklin thing.
Yeah.
And I've seen
Ben
my parents work
Franklin.
through the challenges and successes to have a successful... Like, hey, he's not from a broken home, which on this show, probably not that common.
I like that he's afraid of kittens.
Yeah.
Everything just felt pretty honest.
I don't know how he's not a brake tire. on your guys' list. This is crazy.
No, he's not on my list at all.
I mean, now I'm talking myself into it. But I told Carly I had like 35 minutes to go through 20 profiles.
That's pretty impressive.
You really had to now I know how job recruiters feel. You really had to have some standout shit. Now on the second look, I'm like, oh, that guy had a good cover letter. You know.
All right, Carly, who's your number 7?
My number 7 is not Ricky Martin, but he looks just like him in his picture. It's Luke. I don't really have
war veteran.
I don't
there
really.
Are several war veterans.
There are a couple. Yeah.
Is that a job, by the way?
I guess. I don't know. But he's really generic. He's from Texas. He's gonna go far. He likes Mark Cuban as well. I didn't really have anything to say about him, but he was like generically good looking. He doesn't really look like he looks in this awful picture of him. He's better looking in other pictures.
Oh, is he? Okay. So my only take on Luke was, in that picture, it's the only time I've seen him, is I think he looks kind of like the villain on a soap opera.
Yeah. Kind of.
Also, I only have a qualm with one answer. If you could be any superhero, which one would you be? Superman, fine answer, whatever. But then he says, because he's got swag and powers. First off, all superheroes have powers. That's why they're superheroes.
Except Batman.
Yeah.
That's true. But you know what Batman actually has is swag, which Superman doesn't. Superman runs around in a leotard all day.
He can't even be a cool Clark Kent's a fucking loser.
Exactly.
At least Bruce Wayne's just banging chicks. Banging chicks.
Yeah, he just said banging chicks, everybody.
Yeah, I'd be on The Bachelor. Clark Kent is in the friend zone.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Also, Clark Kent can't have sex with women because I think he'd kill them with his ejaculation. I think that's actually a thing.
Yeah, they talk about that in Mallrats or something, don't they? Like they need a kryptonite condom or something.
I think so. Kryptonite condom wouldn't even work because he wouldn't be able to get it out.
Him.
I think you need like a kryptonite like diaphragm, and then maybe it'll work.
But he can't get that close to it.
Yeah, I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's logistically crazy.
If Kevin Smith would have died at 27, he'd be like in the 27 club, considered one of the great comedic minds of all time.
No, he's a fat guy in a hockey jersey.
Fat dumbass.
he's basically Guy Fieri without
Netflix
the
movies.
bleach.
He is Guy Fieri. He's movie Guy Fieri.
He left the bleach at home.
So that was your number 7?
Mm-hmm.
Where are we at? I'm so confused right now. In my head, somebody just listed Kevin Smith as their number 7.
Brendan and I did our 7s.
All right, then do your number 6, Carly.
All right. This is not James S. or James N. or whatever.
Yes.
This is James Taylor.
Love it. He's my number 4. I'll just spoil it.
He's also my number. He's my number 3.
This guy looks-wise is much more up my alley.
He's not a bad-looking guy.
He's not a bad-looking guy.
Not quite as generic.
He also is not like scary hot and like too pretty. Like he looks like a guy that I would talk to and not be afraid to talk to him. But he also is probably like based on his answers, he might be a redneck douchebag. But he'll probably stick around a while because he like sings and plays guitar. I hear that like his entrance out of the limo is like a song he wrote for her.
Wait, so a guy named James Taylor sings and plays guitar?
Yeah, but this guy's not bald.
That kind of pissed me off too. You can't do that. Is he gonna sing a James
Bob
Taylor song?
Dylan, singer-songwriter.
Yeah, and he calls JoJo Carly Simon.
I kind of like it.
And
you can't Google James Taylor, by the way, and get the results we're looking for.
No.
Page 897.
I think they'll have a good time bonding over being from Texas too.
Also, do you kind of worry that like his like dream profession is like NFL QB and like somebody on the show kind of has achieved that, which means he can't go head to head with Jordan Rodgers in any situation.
Right.
He's just screwed.
Yeah, but I like that.
Yeah, but I took that to mean he likes sports, so I put that in the column.
I kind of like James Taylor, except for the fact that he is a singer-songwriter named James Taylor who isn't James Taylor.
And he actually, like, of any of these guys, might actually be taller than what he listed. Because if you look in the group picture, he's, like, super tall. I mean, he's standing next to the midget guys, but he looks
Smart play.
extra tall. Yeah.
I think he's probably actually I think what it is he's probably actually 6'2". Like, and
sure.
a lot of these guys are exaggerating.
And socks. 6'2" and socks.
Socks. This isn't like an NBA player height. It's not 6'2" in shoes.
6'2" and socks. Here's the thing about James Taylor, if I may, which I will. If you meet someone from the South and they give you two names, that's not his last name. Like, I have a buddy named John Norman. He goes by James Taylor all the time.
He must.
So does he, though? There's 3 Jameses on this
But he would just be James T.
You're right. Why is he going by James Taylor? Yeah, he must go by James Taylor.
Which means there's a chance his ancestors owned slaves and not that far removed. Like, they were the last slave owners in Texas.
Like, they were like the ones who were like still owning slaves like after when it was legal until like somebody actually like came up to their place and was like, yo, you can't do this anymore.
After the 7 years ended in Marine. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that was your number 6 was James Taylor, Carly?
Mm-hmm.
All right, who's your number 6, Brendan?
My number 6 is, and honestly, looking at this guy's picture, he's a huge douchebag. I didn't even realize it at the time. The shirt he's wearing, so let me do a little. Last year for Father's Day, we got my dad all these double XL button-downs from Marshalls.
Is he wearing it in the picture that's behind you on the wall?
It may as well. The picture that's behind me on the wall is from like 1991.
Nice.
He wasn't even a double XL then. Well, one of them essentially is this. And now I have all these shirts because my dad never wore them once, didn't even bother trying them on, and just put them in my closet. So I might have the same shirt as James F.
But would you wear a crew neck white T-shirt underneath it like he does?
Christ, this guy's a douche.
He's the greediest one, right?
No.
Oh, no, Vinny.
No. Here's what I liked about this guy. Lasering off all his tattoos. That means he's seen some shit, has some regrets, and is coming back.
I like that, too.
Boxing club owner. That seems like a real job. That's kind of like...
It's an interesting job.
Terrible shirt on. I could see him being from Boston, but I would guess he's more like owns an MMA gym in Fresno.
Don't you feel like there's also a chance he's like a 5% owner in some gym and actually just trains at it?
Oh yeah, that's very likely. Listed Les Miserables among his favorite movies.
The movie's one of the worst movie experiences of my life.
Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy.
This guy is from Tennessee.
Okay.
That makes no sense.
Tennessee. Because Wells is working in Nashville. Maybe he's from somewhere.
At first, when I saw James, I thought that he was like too Jewy, and then I looked at him more and read more about him, and he's definitely not.
Carly's allowed to say that. Anybody who's listening to this.
Sure. Sorry.
You don't have to apologize.
No, I don't. I am Jewy.
Not a podcast. Is that a thing? I saw someone listed as a vlogger the other day, and I wanted to. It was it was some promotion on the L.
A vlogger is like, don't you just say like your YouTube personality at that point?
Maybe you're just really not good enough to be a YouTube personality.
I don't know. My number 6 is a guy who I think kind of looks like a gay Will Forte.
Yes, he's my next one. And
Robbie?
I wrote Robbie. I wrote that he looks like an over-groomed Will Forte.
Yeah, he's a former competitive swimmer. I also thought he looked like a soccer player before I read his thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know a lot about him, but I'm into the fact that he put Man on Fire on his favorite movie list, which is a random choice. It's a
I
movie
like that he put a hashtag in one of his answers. Hashtag swimmer problems. Oh,
Yeah.
he's the one that had the different flower. Honeysuckle.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Delicious.
I think Robbie will be around for a bit.
Yeah, I do too.
He's gonna take his shirt off as soon as he can if he's a swimmer, right? He's just
Mhm.
getting that shirt off.
Yep. Just like there's one guy that did not make my list, Daniel, and he mentioned
The male model.
They asked like if he would be excited to like be in a swimsuit or something. He's like, "Why have a Lambo if you're gonna put it in the garage?"
I did not put him on my list, but that was amazing.
I know.
He looks like JJ Redick.
Could
Daniel
be him.
does. But yeah, Robbie. I think Robbie's gonna do good. I think like Pretty Will Forte has a shot. We'll see.
He's
not gay though. He'd be Robert if he was gay.
You're right. You're right.
That's true.
You're absolutely right. All right. So have we all done our sixes then? Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
And my number 5 we've already talked about. It's the man with the tight bandana around his neck, the Mr. Confidence himself, Nick S. Carly, who is your number 5?
My 5 is Robbie.
Oh yeah, Robbie. We just talked about him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kept staring at him like, who do you look like, dude? And I'm like, it's Will Forte.
Yeah. I wrote it down like right before we started. I figured it out then too.
Then who's your number 5, Brendan?
I went with Chase, who we mentioned already.
Yeah, just like a generic.
Seems like kind of a genuine, could be like a nice romantic dude.
I love that you think he's romantic. He's like go for a ride in his pickup truck.
His biggest fear on a date is something I've never had a fear of, and that's the girl falling in love. But you're not interested. That's an intense date.
You gotta be like a really good-looking guy.
Yeah,
to worry about that.
I've
So I
never-
mean, I've dealt with that. It's weird. So then I guess we've done our 5s, so we've all talked about our 5s already.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your number 4, Brendan?
Give me a sec. It's Peter.
Oh, the other Chicago guy.
Oh, he's a Chicago guy. Okay.
Yeah.
I literally just have 5'11" written down for him. I have nothing.
Me too. Mine says Chicago. Boring.
Staffing agency manager. That's a sucky job. Gotta be real.
Maybe that means he's just the office manager.
Yeah, no, I think it's a real job.
No, I know.
But he's gotten promoted at every job. And also he knows about dinosaurs, which on this show qualifies you as fucking Stephen Hawking or Carl Sagan.
He doesn't have a tattoo, but he's going to get one this week.
At least he's kind of committed.
Maybe it's
the Cardinal first
JoJo.
grade. He has one picked out. Is that just like some vague, I'm thinking about getting a tattoo situation?
Horrible, horrible, horrible mustache. A deplorable mustache. Like, I find it to be stereotypical and offensive, and I'm not of the nationality that he is.
Did you see what he put in? First off, that mustache should have been his answer for what's his most embarrassing style that he's rocked. But he wrote Skater Boy, and he spelled it like the Avril Lavigne song.
Yeah. What was his
SK8ERBOI.
The question is, what's the most embarrassing style you've rocked? SK8ERBOI. He said, but I also went through a pretty, single quotes, thuggish stage. I would love to see this fucking kid in his thuggish stage.
What do you think? So he's 26 years old. What age was his thuggish stage?
16.
11.
Oh.
When Eminem was really popular.
What do you think he wore?
I don't know.
Rockaware? I don't know.
I don't think this guy wore FUBU.
This is a good panel to have this discussion.
Yeah, totally.
I think he's too young to have been rocking like FUBU clothes, so I don't really know what he was doing. Maybe he wore like G-Unit sweatshirts or something like that.
Or Puffy.
He could have worn like Echo.
Oh yeah, that's
He's
definitely
rocking some
possible.
Echo.
Yeah,
Was
that's
big
definitely
at
possible.
Carson's.
Oh, so he was your number 5 or your number 4?
I guess so. He just qualified as good in my arbitrary rankings.
Hey, he made it.
Made the cut.
All right, Carly, who's your number 4?
My number 4 is Jake, and
From State Farm?
yeah, yeah, he's wearing khakis.
Oh, did you
Jake.
rank all the black guys?
Yeah, all the black guys
Is
are
that
in my
white
top
guilt?
10.
Like,
No, it's all the other white guys are so fucking boring.
I know.
Jake, I love Jake's picture. Like, he just looks like the nicest guy. He's like, hey, how you doing? And
He looks like a love child of Kevin Durant and the guy who played Candyman in the horror movies.
I didn't see that.
I didn't either, and I didn't even know the Candyman was black.
Me either.
Which now makes me feel like that movie's racist.
All right. Here's also why I like him. One of his movies that he lists is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, which is just like so fucking random.
It's shitty though.
Well, I know, but
it's a
he
real answer then.
Fell in love with it when he was like 7 and just still loves it. And he says, I'm not afraid of any animals. Top of the food chain. And then his job seems the coolest. He's a landscape architect, which is like a real sounding job and a cool one and not generic.
Or he mows lawns.
No, he designs golf courses, I bet.
Well, I mean, I'm saying it's a wide range.
I don't think
Jake. We'll come back to Jake later. I mean, I'm a fan.
Jake's too nice.
I'm a fan of Jake. We'll come back to him on my end.
All right. 4, Steve.
Steve?
You're muted.
You're on mute, buddy. I'm calling him.
Okay.
What's up, man? We cannot. Yeah, you are. There's a microphone that keeps coming up on your picture that shows that it's like that is the mute sign. So now I muted you, and now I see that too. I can't. What's going on with your audio settings? All the same? Is your mic on? Not to be an asshole?
Now can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just have to edit out that chunk. I don't know what the hell happened there.
No, keep it in.
My mic just like vanished for some reason, like off my.
Oh, that's good. Last time that happened to me, we had to restart.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, it somehow dropped my mic off. So like I looked muted to you guys, but I dropped my mic. It dropped my mic off of the thing. It switched to a different mic somehow. I think I must have jostled a cable or something. All right, where are we before we get into this?
Did you pass it to Steve for his number 4, Carly?
Yeah,
Okay,
I did.
so that'll actually be a great point to pick up because there'll be a natural pause.
All right, I'll just make a little highlight on my thing so that I can, when I go to edit, I know I can just jump to that part. Okay. All right. My number 4 is actually we just talked about it. It's our guy James Taylor, the singer-songwriter himself.
Nice.
Why? Not many people resonated with all three of us. I wonder why he did.
Because he's
obvious.
the most regular.
And the name.
Right?
He stands out. The name stands out.
The name, you're right. In a world full of Chase and Chads.
Yeah.
He's on 3 Jameses, but the only one that matters.
I was talking to Steve about this the other day. Like, I bet that there's a requirement for the people that do casting. You have to have at least one pair of people with the same first name. So you have to have like a James L and James M, and they have to like act like they're in 2nd grade again.
No other place in the world does that exist.
Right. Where you have to be called those things. Even at work, if there are like 2 people with the same first name, you don't do that to them. You don't call them like Carly O.
Carly O.
Carly O!
There are 2 Carlys at my work. We don't do that.
Yeah, because you're adults.
We spell our names differently, which helps.
Yeah, it helps.
But
great.
aren't you just Carly Owen in certain context?
Yeah, yes. I mean, we also have completely different jobs, so if anybody is like talking, I don't know.
Because I worked at a place where I only worked with like 9 people directly, and 1 was named Anna and 2 were named Anne.
Uh-huh.
And that was mildly confusing.
Yeah.
Not even that common a name anymore.
And the same place, which I may or may not currently work at, we also worked with somebody named Angela, who rebranded herself as Angie, which was an issue because we had one of the Anns was an Angie, which only made things more confusing.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
She did rebrand totally. But she worked there for 6 years.
Like literally in a meeting in the morning, it was like, "Yeah, I'm going by Angie now." We're like, "Cool." And then Angie was like,
I forgot.
What?
The rumor was that the CEO once asked her, he's like, "What did you go by as a kid?" She's like,
Yeah.
Angie. And he's like, "Okay, that's your name now."
Yeah, basically, yeah, I think that's what it was. It's like the CEO forced.
He doesn't work there anymore.
Yeah. So then, are we on my number 3 then, kind of?
Yeah.
We are, yeah.
We're doing the number 3s, and this I think is going to be a controversial pick. You might say it's a hipster choice.
Oh, no.
No way.
No.
Oh, you don't think this guy's going to be great TV? Brandon, the 6'4" hipster? First off, he's 6'4", great wingspan, I'm assuming. His hair's terrible, but
his facial hair.
I mean, you're right. But seriously though, so his name is Brandon. He has terrible. He kind of looks like, what's that name? Like Tom Hiddleston, the guy who plays like Loki.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of looks like him. Is that how you say that guy's name?
Yeah.
So if you're listening, to get a mental image. But here's the thing: being like the tallest guy in a pack of like 28 or 26 or however many they are, that's an advantage of sorts, at least early on.
Yes.
That said, his occupation is hipster, which, as far as I know,
he has no tattoos.
No, listen. Everything about him besides his occupation as hipster means he's like would point you as not being a hipster.
Nope.
This is why another reason why I love this guy, because he's so ridiculous for TV. His all-time favorite movies, what he is like a person pretending to be a hipster. His all-time favorite movies are Good Will Hunting, The Dark Knight, and Her. All like movies that are like pretty like well respected, but also very, very popular.
Mm-hmm.
So like those aren't hipster
and those
movie
people
choices.
have done better work in other things.
All right, do me a favor, both of you right now, and Google Project Runway Dimitri.
The same guy.
And you will see Brandon, the hipster. They're identical, and because of that, I had to like hate Brandon. This Dimitri guy is just like this pretentious
Dimitri is just way more posh looking. Dimitri's had Botox.
Yeah.
They look the same.
No. Dimitri's a vampire version of Brandon.
Oh,
Brandon
whatever.
looks ridiculous. He's wearing a chain, which makes me want to make all the jokes they made about Ganesh on Silicon Valley 2 weeks ago.
We were just trying to remember all of those right before this started. And
do you think that those were written, or do you think that they just kind of made them, wrote them as they went on?
So on Twitter, the guy who plays Ganesh said basically that was all true, and he basically in high school he wore a silver chain, and that basically happened to him, but 10 times worse. And it was just based on that.
He's
Next.
Kevin Nagandi or what? No,
Yeah.
that's the Sports Center guy. He's no, it's Camille, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
Camille
a big time
Nanjiani.
guy who came through Chicago.
Yeah,
stand-up
he's a
about
funny
5 years
dude.
ago.
He's fun.
It's funny as shit. But yeah, he's wearing a chain. Professional hipster.
Yeah, everything about
first
this
of all,
guy-
I fucan hate Brandon's.
I understand. It's like how I hate
get it.
Scott's.
I say it's, but I'm a little more. I just say it's the white trash version of your name, my name. And then Braden came around, and it was like, okay, well, that is obviously the fucking gold medal winner of white trash versions of this name. If your name is Braden, I hope you get a scholarship to be a quarterback. Otherwise, you're going to the Marines. Those are your only career options.
I don't know. Don't you feel like there's a million Bradens that are 6 years old right now?
Well, they're fucked. Here's the other thing. So he wrote down his favorite book was David and Goliath by Malcolm Gladwell, and I was like, this fucking idiot. He meant to say Outliers. So then I Googled it, and I'm the idiot because David and Goliath is the book he wrote after Outliers.
Yeah,
Oh.
he picked like an obscure. So it was a fake hipster move again.
But it's a sequel based on like one chapter in Outliers.
Yeah.
That's why I thought he was an idiot. I mean, still, worse. That person has done better work, as I said, of his film choices.
Yeah, or Blink.
Yeah, Blink. That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, I weirdly have high hopes for Brandon. I totally agree that I hate him. I need a villain. I need somebody on the show that's a villain to root against, and I want that guy to be Brandon.
One I just picked up.
Chad.
Three best attributes. Number 1, humble.
That's amazing. This is exactly why this guy's gonna be great TV. This guy's gonna be great TV. Humble. Talking about how humble.
Oh crap!
God damn it.
You're gone again.
Honestly, I'm more doing this as a superstition since it kind of worked last time I called you. It seemed to kick back in. Do you think your USB cord could be fucked up? No. No. Do you have more than one USB port on that thing? Try another port. No. Nope. No, it's usually me. Can you not switch to the headphone microphone or anything like that? Yeah. Well, how would you just shut this down normally then? Let's say we're just ending the podcast right now. What would you do? Well, so you don't do anything special? Well, do you want to do that and start a second one and finish the last three? I mean, it's not ideal, but hey, Carly, you're still here, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna close this one out and start a new one. Just finish this up in the last 5-10 minutes here.
Okay.
Oh no,